All right, folks, settle in, grab a cup of coffee, or heck, something a little stronger. If you've had the kind of week I just did, because let me tell you, you can live next to someone for years and still not know what kind of drama's brewing behind their front door. I'm Jason Santos, and for a while I thought I'd seen it all. But I was wrong, dead wrong, and what happened to my family and me on quiet little Alia Court is proof that sometimes your nice neighbor is just a wolf in a cashmere sweater. You ever get that feeling in your gut like something's just a bit off? Not a full-on emergency, but like a dripping faucet that keeps you up at night, just waiting to become a flood. That's how it started for us. Nothing too crazy at first. Little things started vanishing, a card here, a package there. Our neighbor Julie Toto, she'd always had this way about her, overly sweet, always with these sideways compliments, like when she patted my arm and told me how brave it was for me and Simone to move into such a traditional neighborhood. That's code, you know. But I'd just smile, tell her we love the old oak tree out front, say Jamal, our son runs a mean lemonade stand under it. She didn't like that answer, I could tell. Folks like Julie never do. See, Simone says I have this inner movie director in my head, always spinning the moments of our life like scenes in a film. I guess it's true, because from the jump I started casting Julie in the villain role, and she nailed the audition, let me tell you. The first act kicked off with a missing birthday card from Simone's grandma. Agnes always sends Jamal a crisp $20 and a recipe with enough butter to make Paula Deen blush. Never showed. We figured, okay, mail gets lost, maybe grandma forgot. But that woman's got a memory like a steel trap. She swore up and down she mailed it. That was the first drip. A few weeks later, Jamal's report card didn't show up. He's 12, good kid, smart, but you know how it is, the idea of a missing report card made him nervous. Simone called the school and got the secretary, Mrs. Davidson, who runs that front office like NORAD. Nope, it was mailed just like always. Never turned up. We had to go pick it up ourselves. Just inconvenient, or so we thought. Then 3 online orders in a single week vanished. Simone runs a graphic design business from home. Those calligraphy pins she ordered for a new project, poof, gone. My rare jazz record, the one I'd been hunting for years, vanished too. A boring water filter for the fridge, also missing. I started to think maybe we had porch pirates, even though this is the kind of neighborhood where folks leave their garage doors up all afternoon. Simone put her hands on her hips and looked me dead in the eye. Jason, this isn't random. I agreed. Porch pirates usually grab whatever they see. They don't pick and choose mail, especially not report cards and birthday cards. This felt personal, but I couldn't see who'd bother. Our mailbox, black silver numbers, sits right at the curb, was next to Julie's, which looked like a wedding cake with all the gold letters and trim. To our right, old Mrs. Henderson's sweet lady kept to herself. Julie, though she was always out, always watching. Every time we'd water the plants there, she was on her porch, arms folded, those blue eyes sharp as a tack, watching everything. Simone once glanced over at Julie's perfect yard and said, "You don't think—" But I cut her off. Julie. Nah. She seemed more the type to write nasty anonymous letters to the HOA, not swipe mail. But you know, sometimes the most obvious suspect is right under your nose. So I did what any modern dad does. I ordered a Ring camera, installed it that weekend, tried to make Simone feel better, tried to convince myself this was just a string of bad luck. I had no idea I was about to catch a live episode of Suburban Nightmares Mailbox Edition. Couple days go by, nothing happens. Then on a Tuesday, Simone's up early for a client meeting, peeks out as the mail truck rolls off and steps out to grab the mail. I'm still upstairs fighting with a lost sock when I hear the front door slam. Once, then again, harder. Then I hear Simone, not yelling, but with that tone that means trouble's coming. Julie, what on earth are you doing? I peek through the blinds and there's Simone on the sidewalk, staring down Julie, who's standing at our mailbox, holding a neat stack of our mail, not even bothering to hide it. Julie's dressed like she's about to win the Kentucky Derby, not commit a crime. "Oh, Simone, dear," she says, voice honeyed to the point of toothache. "Your mailbox was messy. I just tidied it up for you." Like she's handing out a plate of cookies. My jaw hit the floor. Simone's hands clenched at her sides, but her voice was calm, cool, like she was talking to a wild animal. It's very neighborly, Julie, but we're quite capable of getting our own mail. Julie just gives another tinkly laugh and turns away, tucking our electric bill into her purse like it was a winning lottery ticket. Simone didn't let it slide. She demanded our mail back right there in the middle of the street. Julie froze, then her whole face changed. Gone was the sweet neighbor, and in her place was this unhinged version, eyes wild. Then, in what can only be described as Oscar-worthy, she staggers back onto her porch and starts screaming, "Help! She's attacking me! She's trying to rob me!" Full horror movie shriek, clutching her chest, dialing 911 with shaking hands. A black woman is threatening me. "Please, you have to help." I couldn't believe what I was seeing one minute. Julie's organizing our mail the next. She's weaponizing her own lies, the color of Simone's skin, everything to paint herself as the victim. And as I watched the police lights come barreling down our street, my stomach turned to ice. The cops, Officer Calloway and her partner Mendez, arrive, stern faces, serious business. Julie lays it on thick, sobbing about how Simone demanded money, tried to steal her purse, threatened her life. Simone tries to explain, but it's hard to outcry a white lady with a trembling voice and a lace handkerchief. The officers separate them, and I know I've got to get involved, but carefully. If I come out angry, I just play into Julie's script. So I grab my phone, make sure I've got the camera footage loaded, walk out, calm as can be. "Officers," I say, "I have video from our security camera that shows exactly what happened." Julie tries to talk over me, says I'm part of some plot. But Officer Calloway gives me the floor. I show the footage, Julie at our mailbox, clear as day, taking our mail, slipping the electric bill into her purse. Then Simone calmly confronting her, and Julie's meltdown, the whole thing from multiple angles, no gaps. As the officers watch, the story unravels. Julie's cries get quieter. Her hands shake for real this time. Then I show them clips from previous weeks, her taking packages, flipping through our magazines, even tearing open an envelope by her recycling bin. Suddenly, it's not just about today, it's a pattern. Officer Calloway. Radios for a supervisor, mentions postal inspector. That's when Julie's face drains of color. The cavalry arrives, a sergeant named Davies, and after reviewing the evidence, he asks Julie, "Would you consent to a search of your home?" Julie panics, tries to refuse, but the warrant process starts. Before they can finish, she cracks, admits there's a shoebox in her sunroom. Inside, not just our mail cards, report cards, bills, but mail from 3 other houses on the street. A regular Magpie's horde of stolen mail. Julie's arrested right there, charged with multiple felonies, hate crime enhancements, false reporting. The whole block turns out to watch her get cuffed on her perfect lawn, her empire crumbling with the snap of handcuffs. The trial's quick, open and shut. Her lawyer blames confusion, mistakes of age, even hints at dementia, but the ring footage is undeniable. The judge plays the 911 call twice, calls her actions calculated, malicious, and abhorrent. 18 months supervised probation, $5,000 fine, mandatory bias training, no contact with us or any of her victims, and a big public dose of shame. Julie put her house up for sale before the ink on the verdict dried. The street felt lighter after she left. Simone suggested a mailbox decorating contest, neighbors made lighthouses, birds, even a dragon. Ours, painted like a cartoon jail cell with a little sign, "Julie's old drop box permanently closed to unauthorized organizing and frivolous accusations. All legitimate mail, welcome." People brought us flowers, beer pie, everyone just glad the air was clear again. That whole experience, wild as it was, taught me that even when you've got a neighbor who seems determined to be the villain in your life, there are way more good folks ready to stand up for what's right. So what do you think? Ever dealt with a neighbor like Julie? What would you have done in our shoes? Drop your city and your story in the comments. I want to hear how you define justice and community where you live. And hey, maybe invest in a security camera. You never know when your quiet little street is about to become the set for the next wild suburban drama.